This is my goodbye tape. This is the last you'll see of me before I get stabbed. I'm a criminal. You don't want to know.
What's up guys, Bo here. Today I'm doing something I said I would never, ever do. I'm going to Daytona Bike Week. I'm riding the 450 miles, 6.5 hours-ish, and I'm doing it on a Rebel 1100T DCT. I'm anxious, I'm nervous, I'm excited. Spoiler alert, I'm halfway through. I am exhausted. We'll talk about all of that in today's video. Let's get into it. Alright, we're going to come across our first issue. Now, I'll show you guys this a little bit later. It's a little hiccup. These two bags combined are like 20-something liters. Ain't no way I was going to fit all my clothes and everything I need in those tiny little bags. To put that in perspective, this is my Tiger. These are my Krigas. That bag is about the same size as both of those. Maybe a little bit smaller, but by a few liters. So I just had to throw a duffel on the top of it. But that is one of the few issues I do have with this bike. The other one you might have noticed is that seat pad. That is a preemptive measure from myself, because after a few hours of riding this thing this week, that seat is just not going to cut it. I can't waste any more time. I got to beat this weather. My second apprehension is this tiny little tank. Yeah, that's not horrible. 168. I am going to be stopping a bit, that's for sure. I have a feeling I'm going to be pretty beat when I get down to Florida on this thing. If not just for the wind, then for the seat and the stopping. Here we go. On our way to Florida. Great way to start the trip. God, this wind is insane. Yeah. This is miserable. This is actually miserable. I'm getting the crap beat out of me. So we're at the Florida line. And I'm going to attempt to vlog a little bit about this trip, but if the wind does not die down, we're pretty much going to have to put a kibosh in this until we get to the hotel, because y'all, it's been absolutely nuts out here. Like, guaranteed at least like 50-mile-an-hour winds. It is crazy. Stop number 4. And get gas again. I got absolutely mullered on that ride. Wow. Let me just say, that is one of the rougher rides I've had to do, and I don't think it had to do with the bike, so I'm going to give it a little leeway right there. It is a small bike. Was not happy with highway speeds for that long, but I think most of that is because there was like 40-50 mile an hour winds, like trees were getting knocked down, palm leaves were flying like straight across. Now I was going to do a little vlog talking about what it is about Daytona Bike Week that I'm not too keen on. I couldn't even hear myself, let alone for you guys to hear me, so I'm gonna do it here. So if you've talked to me at any point in time, if you ever met me and talked to me about motorcycles, you know I hate gatekeeping. I hate it. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. encourage it, nurture it, let that person do their thing the way they want to do. It's especially true in motorcycling. There's a lot of ego and things like that, and a lot of gatekeeping, a lot of clicking off into different, you know, groups and everything. There's also the, I won't say danger, but when you put this many people in one area, and there's a lot of drinking and partying, and then those egos get in the way, something always happens. Daytona Bike Week, notorious. It's always somebody getting killed and injured every single year. Like a handful of people get killed, just either from riding like idiots or getting in fights. So when Honda decided that they were going to invite us, originally I was like, none of that sounds appealing. But then I thought, what if I could find the things for a guy like me? The main event for me is going to be Supercross, and I'm super excited. I get a couple of VIP tours, truck tours, you know, pit, all that stuff, and get to watch Supercross. That is on Saturday, which is tomorrow. I will be visiting Main Street. I will be seeing the bars, and I'll show you guys what it is. As it stands right now, find some good food, find some good scenery, find a good ride. I'm on the hunt for like low-key fun on a high-key event. I'll have some friends, I'll make some new ones, and we'll have a good time. I have no idea what I'm doing tonight. I'm gonna go check in with the guys, see if her two Wills is here, which I think she just checked in, get some food, and then see what the rest of the night holds for me. We'll see you then. It's officially day one. We've got her two Wheels and Megan. I'm gonna have to get her socials for you guys. She's awesome. The agenda for today is Supercross. But yeah, we gotta we're gonna go check out the Honda truck, and they got some really cool seats for us. We're gonna be on the track or in the seats. We get to go up in the infield and whatnot, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. All right, guys, we're at the Speedway. It was a short little trip. We stopped for coffee and everything. So we are actually like VIP'd up here at the Honda booth. We get to park in our own little spots. There's all our bikes and whatnot. We're gonna do a little tour of the Honda trucks and see what's up. And then it's just gonna be mostly a day of races and race-related stuff. I don't have any ride planned today. So we're gonna take you around Supercross for today's Saturday, and that's all we have planned. Let's see what this is all about. I'm super pumped about Supercross, and apparently we've got some pretty good seats, so let's check it out. All right, so we're actually inside where they're all setting up all the bikes for these are the actual bikes that the racers are on. And you really don't, you don't, we were just talking about that, we really don't you don't expect everything to look the way it does. Like when you're looking at it from this far away, you're just like, oh, that's a dirt bike, I get it. But when you get up close and you get to the details, everything is so purpose-built, immaculate. Nothing is there that doesn't need to be, or there's no extra bits that are just there for aesthetics. Everything is so immaculate. Just everything having its absolute 100% necessity, or it's out. It's so wild. You really don't appreciate it unless you're this close and you're looking at it. So this is pretty cool. A lot cooler than I thought it was going to be, honestly. All right, guys, we're back at the hotel. The track walk was pretty cool because it gives you a real scope of just the steepness of everything, and they're almost vertical. So it was wild seeing it up close and how spread apart things are. And you think like, oh, you see them flying over this jump, and it's like, it's actually not that far away, where they have to like change the momentum of their bike to be able to get down. So it was pretty cool to get to walking around. We're exhausted. We were a lot of standing around in the direct sunlight on the track, but later we have tickets. We've got 2 seats, one that's in the stands and a really cool one that's actually on the Daytona Speedway, the track. So it's got an embankment almost like this, and so you can sit along there right next to the Supercross track. Bro, the front end of these Supercross bikes, like just the suspension is like 10-12K. These things with R&D and parts and all that stuff, and like one-off parts and then off-the-shelf parts, some of them are in like the $500,000 range. These things are crazy immaculate. Like I said earlier, when you get up close, it's pretty wild to see like every little thing exactly where it needs to be. It was pretty cool. We'll see it in action here in a little bit. We'll catch you guys then. Alright guys, it's day 3. The eagle-eyed observers, if you will notice that I've been wearing the same shirt. I was dumb and forgot to pack the shirts I had set aside, which is kind of serendipitous because today the plan is to go see like the vendor road at Speedway and do a little shopping. So I might as well get a shirt. I'm always for repping the Revit, but this shirt's getting a little funky, so I need to get a new one. Let's get on the bike. Let's get ready to go. It's a beautiful day. Already full of motorcycles. That's the other thing. Did no sleeping in when you're in Daytona for Bike Week, man. The Daytona Beach alarm, which is the Harley Davidsons, roaring by the highway that's right outside at like 7:30 in the morning. So not a lot of sleep. Don't think I'll be getting any while I'm here. Let's go. First off, right, I didn't find a good shirt. They all looked very affliction, and I really wasn't about that. A bunch of skulls and eagles and tribal. It's not really my style. Ironically enough, this thing is what I ended up on, just because it's hilarious. I had some camera issues. One of my batteries got swollen for the GoPro, so you didn't get a lot of that. The plan right now is that me and Jess are getting ready, and a few of us, we're probably gonna drive up, get a ride share, because ride a motorcycle into the main street, which is where all the nonsense happens, seems like an unnecessary bit of danger, and we'll be able to like just kind of chill and not have to worry. So that's the idea. I'm gonna get ready, and we're gonna go see what old Daytona has in store for us. Wish me luck. I got my gal pals with me today. We're gonna make a pit stop. Excuse the voice, we were shouting a lot last night. We're gonna go fill up with some gas, get some liquid in us, and then we're heading to Ormond Beach and gonna attempt to do the loop. And then a little bit later, we'll talk about my experience with the bike and with Daytona in general. But today is gonna be a pretty chill day, because tomorrow is going to be a long one, so I want to reserve all my energy for the 7-hour trip back home on this thing. So we're going to get gassed up and go.
Wow, this is gorgeous. And as good as place as any to kind of summarize my experience here in Daytona Bike Week. First off, thanks to Honda for inviting me down. They've been really awesome. Corey, Colin, been super cool dudes and really fun to hang out with and give some really good experiences. Thank you to them for letting me drive this thing down from Atlanta. And that brings me to my first kind of pain point for this weekend, is that I think this was a very unfair shake for this bike. I don't think that it was, or at least not in my hands, made for a long trip like that. 7 hours of highway speeds was just not fun. That being said, it's great for stuff like this. Now, the verdict's in for the DCT, and I'm not a fan personally. I can't get behind it. It's worked really well, and it's very smooth, but it's not my vibe. And it comes down to personal preference, so you may enjoy it. I certainly do not. But the engine's great, suspension is fantastic. The thing that sucks on long trips is the windscreen not being large enough, but out here it's great. I get a lot of breeze. It does clean the air pretty good, so it's not really turbulent. So it's like nice, good, clean, chilly beach air. It's been great out on these little trips and these little like excursions and stuff, and tooting around town. So fantastic bike, fantastic motor, Africa Twin motor. I love it. So this has been a blast. Now, as far as Daytona Bike Week itself, I actually think I might go again. The caveat to that is that I would have to go with friends and have to have an exit strategy. So if you want to go and you're like me and you're not really into the shenanigans, it might be one of those things where you always have an exit strategy, always have a plan B, and bring some friends with you that are of like mind. It definitely made things more enjoyable and made me realize I'd probably come out here again. A big shout out to all my gal pals back there. Birch, Megan Stark, Jess, her 2 wheels. I don't know, maybe I'll see you again, Daytona. But that's gonna be it. We're gonna end in this beautiful scenery. If you like this, go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Comment down below if you've ever been to Bike Week and what you think of it. We'll see you on the next video, guys. Later.